Hi, Manuel here. What comes first in your mind when you think about creating and developing graphical user interfaces for embedded devices like this small one? You might think about complex APIs, long-lasting workflows with lots of iterations, and definitely no possibility to see the result instantly while coding. If you want to get rid of these and further issues, Embedded can be your solution. Let me show you how. So let's start the IDE Embedded Studio. As an example, I just want to create a new project, and that new user interface should be suited to fit the STM32F469 discovery board. So just selecting that discovery board from the list, and as an example, I want to create a very simple temperature controller. So create a new project. And the first thing that you should adapt is by selecting that brick here. The profile of the STM32F469 is the output directory where Embedded should generate the ANSI C, H and C files to. So just selecting that entry here inside the inspector and going to our build environment that contains that template folder generated code here. Okay, just selecting that folder. And that's it for now, because the screen size and also the color format is already adapted to the proper values. So just going to the unit where my main application is stored, and as you see, we're just deploying a very simple Hello World application. Of course, that Hello World application can be prototyped instantly inside Embedded So it's just black background and the Hello World or Hello text label is there, but that's it. So just a very static one. So I'm just deleting that, and I want to show you how to add further views. So a view could be a line, it could be just a simple rectangle, it's just a border, a bevel, an image, a bitmap frame, wallpaper, some text views, etc. It's just very simple one. And of course, those can be prototyped instantly as well. So this one, as already said, very static one, just selecting all those elements again, removing them, and with every Embedded installation, not only those primitives or these simple views are deployed, also a couple of different kind of widget sets are installed as well. So we have here some panels to create menus, we have widgets to create bar charts, line charts, pie charts, etc. But there are also some control widgets like this one, and there we have some buttons, we have a switch, we have some sliders, for example, a rotary knob, we have some digital display, some analog display, or some gauge, or for example this one. Let's create another one, the vertical slider. And beside of that green style, we're also deploying a couple of other widget sets, like more an industrial grade style, or a yellow one, which can be drag and dropped into that canvas instantly, as I did with those green elements. So as of now, I don't need a button, I don't need a switch, I just want to have some very basic elements. So like this one, like those couple of elements, I'm just arranging them a little bit, make them a little bit more nicer. So bigger here, for example, putting them more into the middle of the UI, the screen canvas. So, and of course, those elements can be prototyped as well. So just pressing that key here, and that widget set can be controlled by touching all those white elements here. So like this slider here or that rotary knob. A temperature controller should show the values, or should show a temperature value. So therefore I'm just selecting those two elements, and these are not units, they just should contain something like, degree Celsius, for example. And we just add a further label, so just this text element, making that text element very big one, so that is centered automatically. And this text element should be our temperature controller version 1.0 as an example. So this font, what is used here, is not so big one, and therefore I'm just selecting a different font. So not the default font here, but inside my application there's also an Arial 32 pixel font dedicated, and you see the font changes immediately. And of course that can be with my prototype as well, so all these elements can be drag and drop instantly. But what I just want to demonstrate is how all those UI controls are reacting on just one system property, because usually you have one property inside your system. So just drag and drop a simple property into that canvas here, and this is not my property, so just renaming that. It is my temperature. Now I'm selecting all those elements, and within Embedded Wizard we're also following a model view controller approach, or model view model view presenter, depending on how you define your architecture. And all those widgets have in common that they are listening on changes of a dedicated value of that property temperature. And therefore I'm just selecting here that outlet, which is currently set to null, but I'd like to listen to changes of my temperature property. And that's it. So just prototyping again, and as you see, all those UI elements are reacting instantly on changes on various used widgets here. Okay, so that's a very basic temperature controller as of now, but I'm fine. So next step would be to generate my profile, so build this profile. And the next thing is I'd like to invoke my dedicated compiler. So just opening my build environment, go to builds, start the build environment, and I'm going to my template folder and invoke the compiler. Now all the generated sources that has been previously generated by Embedded Wizard gets now compiled by the target compiler. Now it gets just linked, and the ST-Link utility for that STM32F469 discovery board is started and flashed to the target. And as you see, the same application that we have here inside Embedded Wizard is now running in the same way on the embedded target. As you have seen, developing graphical user interfaces with Embedded Wizard is just like magic. And if you now want to create your first application with our solution, go to our website, download the evaluation edition for free, and have fun.